Think positive.
Welcome, or welcome back, to the Ghoul Ambrose podcast. G.A. for short. I'm your host, Prince. This is a space for inner work, self-improvement, self-discovery, mindset, accountability, integrity, reflection, and personal development. This podcast is built for growth, for honesty, and for becoming a better version of yourself one day at a time. New episodes drop every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Today's episode is called Designated Love. In the right time, right space, in the right mind, right fate. Some things cannot be forced. Things cannot be rushed. Some things arrive when they're meant to. And some forms of love are no different. Until then, we wait. We wonder. We hope. And sometimes we feel the void. We all need it. Every single one of us. Whether we admit it or not. Whether we're searching for it or pretending we aren't. Love. It's one of the few things that connects every person on this earth. Different backgrounds, stories, experiences. Yet, somehow, we all find ourselves searching for the same thing. Love. But for something so desired, it's surprisingly difficult to explain. What is it? How do you know when you've found it? What's real? What's fake? And why does it seem harder than ever to tell the difference? Perhaps it's because everyone carries a different definition. Perhaps it's because everyone carries a different experience. Or maybe we're surrounded by so many versions of love that we've forgotten what it actually looks like. Whatever the reason may be, one thing remains true. We all need it. One phrase I constantly hear is, my person, your person, our person. It's everywhere. People talk about finding their person, waiting for their person, praying for their person, losing their person. And I've always wondered why that phrase carries so much weight. What exactly makes somebody your person? What separates them from everybody else? Why does that relationship seem to occupy a category all on its own? Deep down, I think we already know the answer. Certain people occupy certain spaces in our lives, different roles, different purposes, different meanings, and somewhere along the way, many of us become convinced that there's a person meant to occupy space nobody else can. Maybe that's why so many people spend years searching, because they believe somebody out there fits a place that's still empty. Designated love. Take a moment and think about your own life. Most of us already have designated love. Love for family, for friends, for those who stood beside us when life became difficult, for mentors, for community, for the people who helped shape us. Every relationship occupies a different space. Every connection serves a different purpose. That's normal. That's life. But eventually a question crossed my mind. If family has a designated place, if friendships have a designated place, if all these relationships have a designated place, then what about the love designated for a partner? What about companionship? What about sharing life with somebody? What about having a person of your own? Not family, not friends, not community. One person, one connection, one relationship that exists in a category by itself. And that's where this conversation truly begins. This is where I think many people become misunderstood, because it's possible to have family, possible to have friends, to have support, to have people who genuinely care about you, yet still feel a void. Not because you're ungrateful, Not because you're selfish, not because you're blind to the blessings in your life. The truth is much simpler than that. Different forms of love serve different purposes. Family love is beautiful. Friendship love is beautiful. Community is beautiful. Support is beautiful. Yet none of those were designed to replace every other form of connection. Still, whenever somebody talks about this void, they're often met with the same response. You have family. You have friends. You should be grateful. And they're right. Gratitude matters, but gratitude doesn't erase longing. Appreciation doesn't remove desire. A person can cherish everything they have while still recognizing something is still missing. Those realities can exist together. That's what many people struggle to explain. They're not saying they're unloved. They're saying a certain kind of love hasn't entered their life yet. There's a difference, a huge difference. Being surrounded by people isn't the same as sharing your life with one. Receiving support isn't the same as having companionship. Being loved isn't always the same as being chosen. Chosen by one person, one heart, one soul. Someone to build with, to grow with, to navigate life with, who witnesses your victories, your failures. Someone who remains present through both. Maybe that's the void, not the absence of love, the absence of designated love, the absence of somebody occupying that reserved space, a space that exists even when everything else appears full. Part of the challenge is that love means something different to everyone. To some, love is loyalty. For others, it's sacrifice. Another person sees commitment. Someone else sees consistency. Others define it as protection, define it as understanding. No universal definition exists, only individual experiences. And those experiences shape what people believe love should look like. Some have experienced healthy love, others haven't. Certain people grew up witnessing beautiful relationships. Others grew up watching relationships fall apart. A few have encountered genuine love. Many have mistaken something else for it. Attention gets confused with love. Attraction gets confused with love. Loneliness gets confused with love. Convenience gets confused with love. Because of that, countless people spend years searching for something they can't fully define, making an already difficult journey even harder. This episode isn't about solving the void. It's about acknowledging it, acknowledging that it exists, acknowledging that people feel it more than they're willing to admit. Family love may be present, friendship love may be present, support may be present, and as well as community. Yet, a person can still find themselves longing for something different, not more love, a different form of love, designated love. If that's where you find yourself today, understand this. You're not strange. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're human. Because we all need love. And sometimes the love we're waiting for is the love that has a space reserved for it. A space nobody else can occupy. A space nobody else can replace. A space that remains empty until the right time, the right space, the right mind, the right fate. I hope you found something worth taking with you today. Maybe a new perspective, maybe a moment to pause and reflect. Thank you for being here and sharing this space with me. Your presence matters. If this resonated with you, share it with someone you care about, because growth spreads through connection. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Stay grounded. And as always, be safe.